Hi everybody, welcome back to the Selling More, Better, Faster playlist here on YouTube. My name is Michael Angelo Caruso, I'm your host, and we are giving you tips and strategies on how to become a very persuasive salesperson. It doesn't matter if you're selling products or services, you can use these techniques to improve your numbers, help more people, and get paid in the process. Last time on episode 5, we talked about how and why it's in your best interest to actually request rejection from the people that you talk to. This week on episode 6, I want to talk about reasons to involve the prospect in your sales process. Now, this is important because a lot of salespeople are somehow, they have it in their head that they need to be the only one talking during their sales presentations, that they need to deliver this 56-slide PowerPoint presentation. That's going to take a data dump, which means, Mr. Prospect, I don't want to hear from you for a while, right? I need to get this content to you, and then I'm going to ask you to purchase. And all of this happens, unfortunately, all of this happens sometimes without the prospect ever being involved in the process. So I'm going to show you exactly how to involve the prospect or the customer, if you're selling the customer something on a second or third, go around, that will enrich the relationship and also improve your closing ratio. So here are some reasons why you need to involve the customer, involve the prospect in the selling process. Number one, it's the decent thing to do. It's a good idea to listen to other people's point of view, just to have other people speak to you and you be in the moment with them, right? This is good practice because being a good person means reciprocity, right? So when you show interest in others, others will show interest in you. This is the second point. When you show interest in others, others will show interest in you. It's a good idea. Number 3, the third reason to involve the customer is this idea that listening is in fact good practice. My dad used to tell me that he never learned anything while he was talking. And that was his nice way of saying, shut up when people are talking to you because they will teach you things. And that's certainly true in selling. The prospect, when you're quiet, will explain to you what they're going through, what kind of pain they're in, why they don't like their current vendor, what could be better with their situation. You don't learn any of those things if you're delivering a 56-slide PowerPoint presentation. So let the customer talk to you. Let the prospect explain themselves to you, and you'll be that much better tooled up to be appealing when you deliver your call to action. I also like the idea of asking non-binary questions to get the prospect to talk to me. Non-binary questions are questions that cannot be answered with a yes or a no. How is your business these days? What's wrong with your business? Tell me about your current vendor. What do you like? What don't you like, right? And that gets them yapping. It gets them talking about their situation. And I store all of that information in case I can use it when it's time to close. I also call this digging to the 5th level. So I just keep digging. Tell me more. What do you mean by that? Anything to keep them talking. As long as they're providing me nutritional dialogue, I am interested, right? Eventually I have to tell them something about what I'm selling. But for now, I want them talking to me about their situation. So the first thing, the reason that you want to involve the customer is it's the decent thing to do. Second is that when you show interest in others, others will show interest in you. The third reason you want to do this is listening is just good practice, right? And number 4, you want them to have skin in the game so that you're not the only one doing work. If it's a selling process or a selling relationship, that means it's better for everybody if both parties are involved. You want to avoid a situation where you're doing all the work and you say, yeah, I'll be happy to do that for you between this meeting and the next meeting. And then you do that again between the second meeting and the third meeting. And before you know it, you're looking at some sort of unpaid friendship where you're wasting time going to talk to somebody about a product or service they're not even interested in. You're just jumping through hoops over and over again for this other person. That is not a good relationship that benefits both parties, right? So get them involved so there's some skin in the game, and to do that, you can do something called the if-then proposition. The if-then proposition says, let's say they say something to you about, well, can you bring me some samples next time? and you say, well, sure, I'll be happy to bring you samples next time. Tell you what, when I come back next time, if you would be so kind as to introduce me to your purchasing agent, I'll be happy to bring the samples, and then I can show them to both of you in the same meeting. How does that sound to you, right? You ask the yes question, you nod your head yes. That's called an if-then proposition. If I do this for you, will you do this for me? And now both parties have skin in the game, and it's a better relationship for everybody. The fifth and final thing I'm going to share with you today about the advantages of customer involvement is this concept called quid pro quo, right? This idea that balanced communication or balanced involvement will result in a strong relationship between the two parties, right? So back to this idea of skin in the game. You're doing things for me, I'm doing things for you, and the reason is because eventually this is going to benefit both of us. You're going to get a very strong product or service, I'm going to get a purchase and another satisfied customer, and we're both working toward that mutual end. That is such a powerful agenda for two people. So involving the customer, enlist them in that kind of unspoken duality, right? That we're both working toward something positive here. And he's getting something different than you're getting, but it's still a mutual agenda, and there's nothing like it to create a strong relationship. So remember this above and beyond all else. People don't like to take orders, they like to take part. So involve people in your sales opportunities. This is episode 6 on the playlist Selling More, Better, Faster. And next time when we get together in the next video, episode 7, we're going to be talking about something I call the urgency close. It's how to use some sense of urgency or impending situation to get people to buy from you right now. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, everybody.